Hello everyone, welcome to mindovermania, where we keep your head above the chaos. My name is Christian, and today I'm recording another pick a card reading, where you get to choose your intuitively channeled messages. Today's topic is going to be, what does your heart need to hear right now in order to let go? This could be a toxic situation, grief, parents, I don't know, the energy from these cards are already pretty wild, so hopefully we're going to get some good shadow work done today. In order to select your pile, put both feet firmly on the ground, close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and think of the situation that you currently are needing to let go of. Or, if nothing comes to mind, just feel free to pick a card and see what comes out. We have 4 piles to choose from today. Links are in the description down below. And consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy this content. I will see you all at your pile. Take care. Hello everyone, you have chosen pile number 1, and these are going to be your messages on what does your heart need to hear right now in order to move forward. I just kind of gave it away. This feels like the energy of needing to move on. When I was initially pulling all of the pick a cards at the beginning of the reading, your pile just had very strong energy. And I was sitting there going like, whoa, is this the right pile? I was having, honestly, a hard time selecting cards. Probably because there's just so many intermingled energies for a lot of what we're working through in this video. So if you're drawn to multiple piles, it wouldn't surprise me. However, for this pile, though, it does feel like it's a moving forward from a situation, rather than like a letting go. So while it could be a toxic situation, I'm also feeling like there was a lot of love here, because as I was pulling cards, I was feeling like someone reaching out and holding me, and it was like a warm energy. There was heartache, something with the past. This could be a form of grief. Someone doesn't had to have died though, but there's definitely just like a longing or yearning that needs to be moved through in order to heal. Let's see what cards you guys got. We got self-worth. Okay, yeah, so in order to help heal and move forward and let go and move forward is you have to trust yourself and believe in yourself. When it comes to your self-worth, I feel like you're very hard on yourself. Regardless of what situation is going on, you're neglecting and self-abandoning as a result of the situation or multiple things. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to allow yourself to grow older, gain new perspectives, enjoy life. Don't sit and wallow in the pain. Because here's the thing is, you can carry pain and manage your feelings better when you love yourself and you believe that you have value. When you believe in your own self-worth, it's a lot harder for people to push you around and push you down. And it's a lot easier for you to get back up, And with this sunset, this kind of feels like you're watching the end of a cycle of your past. And it kind of feels like you're alone right now. Even if you're surrounded by people, loneliness seems to be really gutting at your self-worth. So maybe you had some childhood trauma, wound, or maybe there was someone important to you that passed away that was really fundamental to grounding your self-worth. And you might try to ground your self-worth in other people, I know for myself, something I was noticing right off the bat with the energies, I was thinking of my twin brother who I never got to meet, right? And had I not known of his existence, I was subconsciously searching for him in so many different connections in my life. Because a twin is your other half. And being able to connect to that energy even just once helps ground reality because it's tied to your personhood. However, that ends up turning into self-sabotage in a lot of different ways. And you have to be able to understand that when we die alone with everything inside of us, right? And right now, it kind of feels like you're experiencing a death. And that's what your heart is trying to let you know, that when you have self-worth, growth and change isn't a death sentence. And all you got to do is raise your frequency, change your mindset, and allow yourself to let the energies go, you know? But it has a lot to do with how you value your internal world, how you view yourself. Because I was about to say how you view others and say, no. This is about how you view yourself. Not through the lens of self-sabotage, not through other people's decisions of what self-worth looks like or worthiness. It has nothing to do with romantic partnerships. It has everything to do with the fact that when you wake up in the morning and you see a beautiful sunrise or sunset, you deserve to go over and enjoy it. Simply because you can. And because you deserve to witness beautiful things. Because you're worth it. And no one should need to tell you that constantly and remind you. Because if the people outside of you aren't, you have to be keeping this as a mantra yourself. I just heard the word gutted. Yeah, I don't know if someone or something happened to you that it just feels like you're growing older. You know, you're not enjoying things like you used to. Like when you were a kid, it was a lot easier to be able to feel things and move through things. Now you're just treading water. And a lot of it's because now you got to do it on your own. Now, you don't have to do everything alone. Yes, we deserve to have great romantic partnerships. We deserve to have great partners. But in order to let this thing go, amongst other things, you have to decide that you're worth it. That you're worth healing. You're worth growing through the pain and overcoming it. And I think you're overestimating the pain compared to staying in this place. You've been in this place for too long. You've been standing still, wondering and waiting when the universe is going to hand you relief. And unfortunately, healing from pain doesn't work that way. You got to decide that you have to choose yourself over and over and over again. And when I say choosing yourself, I'm not talking about the bubble baths. I'm not talking about just even making good choices. This is literally about every single day connecting to the real you and living that truth. This is about saying, it does not matter what the people around me think and feel. Obviously, I'm responsible for the consequences of my actions, but I am not responsible for self-regulating other people, for taking charge of situations that I have no business being in, allowing others to treat me however they feel like it, taking advantage of others. Like, there's just so many things about you that are worth celebrating. And I hope at some point you get to write them down and really look at the list, you know, because maybe you can't think about it right now, but I promise you, if you work on your self-worth every single day, add something new to the list. It's going to grow, and you're going to realize there is a lot to celebrate for. And especially for those of you that have gone through a lot, it doesn't matter how much you've been through and what you've experienced in life. Everybody has self-worth and is valuable, regardless of what other people like to say. And yes, some of us are capable of doing more things than others, but we're all humans. And you have to accept that reality and change the mindset of just the wounds and the self-abandonment. Just because someone external to you doesn't see your worth doesn't mean you shouldn't. Be a witness to yourself. Hydrate. You know? Because I'm pretty sure that despite what you went through, the more self-care you engage in, a lot of this is going to be easier to manage. You know? Get on some medication if you need to. Change your diet. Start small. Build forward. You know? Yeah, self-care is going to be huge. And, you know, I hope I'm at least helping you guys with my content and whatever, but, you know, let yourself really cry for yourself for once, instead of crying about other people and how they treated you. Because really, you're always crying about yourself in some shape or form, but we don't want to view it that way because it feels egotistical that way. But let's get into the other cards. You have Broken Bridge, Unsuccessful Outcome to a Problem. fan, romance celebration party. Yeah, you gotta be your biggest fan. Dogs, getting together with friends. This is so important for your self-worth, is having other people that mirror and reflect back your truth, your voice, your words, right? Because it's a lot harder to value yourself when you're around people that subtly hate you. And maybe not even just hate you. To me, for you guys, pound number one, because there's a variety of people here, go where you're wanted. Go where you don't feel small, where you feel successful, where you feel cherished and valued, where you feel comfortable making a mistake and know that your friends are going to forgive you, or your family, or these people or coworkers. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you got to start somewhere. Have at least one place in your life. And if you can't find it, create it. Give yourself permission to say, if I can't find something, then I'm going to go and create my own space. And I will start attracting those people. Because you can do it. I did it with this YouTube channel, and you'll find your thing. With fan, romance, celebration party, yeah, romanticize your life. Romanticize yourself. And not from a place of ego, but for the sake of cherishing yourself. Buy the sexy lingerie. Because you are worth it. Decorate your apartment. Give yourself flowers every once in a while. With unsuccessful outcome to a problem, your ability to do things doesn't mean your worth has anything to do with your accomplishments. I know that was kind of weird phrasing, but basically don't tie your self-worth to your accomplishments, because it's always going to be a constant game of chasing outside of you. And it's easier said than done, right? Because, for some of you, especially if you're ambitious, you want to do that project that's going to change your life or help people or make you feel really good at the end of the finish line, right? But what you have to understand is, as I said, anytime you're chasing external things, you have to make sure you're enjoying the road along with it. And understanding that, hey, sometimes things don't work out. And when things don't work out, you can still value yourself despite them, right? I don't know. I feel like for you guys, pound number one, having some main character energy would really help. Because if you're watching a movie and you see the protagonist is right about to cross the finish line, and then all of a sudden they trip, they lose the race, but then they end up meeting the love of their life in the hospital after they hurt their leg. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you never know the twists and turns life is going to take you. And that's why it's important to be like, hey, not all that glitters is gold. Life isn't black and white, and it's not a fairy tale. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. It's just learning to have the muscles to work around things and to not take a dig on yourself. And that's hard. This stuff takes a lifetime to master, guys, especially for those of you that have gone through a lot. It takes discipline. But once again, you're worth it. And the only thing that's stopping you is you. Sometimes the only thing that's stopping you is your brain chemicals, too. So, don't beat yourself up. Start with the fun. When you start having a little more fun in your life, you don't have to spend money. Sometimes it's as simple as, I'm going to leave myself sticky notes around my house that remind me of how awesome I am. Go pet a dog. I think dogs are a really great way of helping with your self-worth, because they're always going to love you. I'm just saying, especially if you got some good food with you. Yeah, you got the Page of Swords. Yeah, Three of Cups. This is all about celebrating. Celebrate yourself. Remember good times. If things are kind of down right now, think of the accomplishments you've had in the past. Think of the friends you've made. Think about where you want to go. And I know the future can seem bleak, but again, this is where self-worth will allow you to move forward. Specifically with what your heart needs to let go, I think it's just letting go of this image that, one, you're never going to have companionship ever again. Two, that you're alone in any of this. And three, that, you're never going to have the same experience again. And that doesn't mean you're never not going to have good experiences. You know, it's like trying to fight that urge to be all or nothing thinking. And allow yourself to be a beginner again. Be like, okay, hey, some things changed, or hey, this is my first time being in my 30s. This is my first time being in my 20s, 40s, 50s, whatever. So take every new chapter of your life as I'm starting again, because this is your first time in this life. So it's okay to grow slow and to not have all the answers. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to be in shape, or you don't need to be a certain kind of way to be worthy, right? Just be patient and go a little slower. I think slowing down would also help you let things go easier, because you're not rushing to get to some imaginary deadline that may or may not apply. You know, I feel like some of you would argue, yes, it does matter. And it's like, but that's where the self-worth comes in. Because even if you miss it, this is about you and yourself. And that's a relationship between you and yourself that you have to be able to let go and understand that loving yourself has nothing to do with the external world. Otherwise, you're always going to continue to fall short. And by external world, I mean, like, again, accomplishments, doing things, choices. You can make all the right choices and still end up having things backfire that you didn't foresee. That's all I'm trying to say, you know. Not saying you can never be upset with yourself and whatever, but self-worth is saying, hey, I'm not going to let myself villainize myself or really beat myself up if I make a mistake or if things don't go my way, because I don't have absolute control. Please be patient with me. I need more time. There you go. Be patient with yourself. Saying more confirmation about going slow. I have your picture on my phone and I look at it all the time. You are always on my mind. You will forever be my always. You and I will always be unfinished business. I'm regaining emotional strength. I'm upset at myself. Wow, guys. And I'm sending you songs. Wow. Yeah, I don't look at these cards before flipping them over, but this was all very much in alignment. Yeah, I think with letting go, give yourself time to move through the feelings, because some days might be better than others. With the I'm sending you songs, you know, let the universe treat you to the music your soul needs right now. You know, because I think your soul needs some music. It needs feeling. It needs the space and capacity to just exist and get through all the messy shit. You know, you're always on my mind. Yeah. Give your mind a rest when you can. When I think of stuff that helps my brain, think of brown noise for my ADHD folks, or music again. Just something to kind of disrupt the thought patterns. And over time, like when you interrupt negative thinking, it helps break the looping pattern that's formed in your head. Yeah, and you've got this like you and I mentality, focusing on the other person. Again, gently bring yourself back to self. And then over time, it'll be easier to allow this person or the situation to rest. You know, because again, this feels like it's more so about you moving forward. You can care about this person, this situation. It may never get finished. And I think learning to accept that you can't continue to hold on. I know maybe rationally you understand this, but from an emotional bandwidth, it's about making peace within yourself of what do you need in order to feel settled in the knowledge that some things are not going to get resolved in the way I want them to. But I can still value myself, treasure the life I'm building, and can continue on. Because again, this is all about being able to move forward and move through the situation regardless of how much it hurts. That's where patience is also important. Because remember, you're regaining emotional strength. This is a muscle, right? So to me, if you start thinking of your self-worth as like physical therapy, regaining muscle strength. Oh, there was a trigger. Spasm. Okay. We'll put a little balm on there. We're not going to try so hard, but then tomorrow we'll go back at it. You know, figure out why you're upset with yourself, especially if this is a situation you can't control right now. Why you got to be mad at yourself for being upset? Is it because you just don't want to feel the negativity? Because you don't want to let go? Why? What is it specifically you're holding on to? Ask yourself those why? Be like, okay, why this? Here's your answer. Why that? And you'll eventually get to the root of what you need to let go of. But again, just be careful not to project things on yourself, because sometimes this pile, you may have a tendency to say, hey, this is what I want to think that I feel, instead of what you actually do feel. Let whatever raw, like, emotions that don't fit into what you believe, just whatever's authentically there, let it, like, embrace it, experience it, and then let it move through you. It's okay. It'll probably help you with your digestion too once you start doing this. Eat some fiber. Yeah. But over time, like, you know, you're going to start receiving more. And things are going to come back to you again. Maybe memories, progress. It just takes some time. Again, it's just like working out a muscle. Yeah. And then also too, like, just understand that there's also trauma here. Regardless if you've been diagnosed or not, some of this stuff is trauma work. And you want to make sure you're getting plenty of rest and you take it as it is, as healing work. And you should be really proud of yourself by the time you're done, because it's going to be great. Maybe you won't need to see therapists after that. Maybe not. Depends on who you are. It's always good to check in, but you know what I'm saying. Not having constantly being like, oh God, I don't have a therapist, it's all going to hell. But yeah, please make sure you drink lots of water, pile number 1. I'm feeling that too, especially if you start working out. And you're going to be okay. You know, you guys, you're definitely going to be okay. You're putting the energy in to yourself, and that's what's important. It may not feel clear. It may feel messy. That's part of it. Your spirit guide team's just sending you the it's all okay signal. Just trust and you're going to be fine. Because you're a natural healer anyway. It's just now it's directed towards you and not towards the 50 other people that you've been helping. And it's on your contact list. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if this resonated you. Sending you guys a lot of love. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, links are in the description down below. I will see you all next time. Take care. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 2. And these are going to be your messages on what does your heart need to hear right now in order to let go. So for this pile, I feel like y'all struggle with emotional constipation. I was feeling my heart just, it was like an ache. So I don't know if you have heart problems or issues, or maybe not. It might just be anxiety, but it just feels like something stuck in your chest, and it's just really hard to access your emotions. I also feel like maybe you had some childhood trauma, or you got in trouble a lot. I was thinking of a couple weird social scenarios that as an adult, like now that I'm doing my healing work, I'm now recognizing different thought patterns that I've had in the past where it was like, oh, no one ever explained this sensation to me. And one of the problems I had with my anxiety was realizing I'd been disconnected from my body for so long that I didn't realize normal shifts in my body that normally everyday people can feel. It was freaking me out. And so I thought I was getting heart attacks. I was thinking I had all this stuff when really I'd never sensed those things before. So for y'all, especially if you're on your trauma healing journey, take it easy on yourself. Do a lot of somatic exercises and like rubbing your arms, okay? Like touching your body to ground you, rocking. This is going to sound kind of weird, but play some baby music or music for babies, because this is about your body being retrained to be back in its safety. And that's what you want to do, is you want to trigger your body to think about what it was like when you were a baby, because that's usually the safest point in time. Specifically if you have childhood trauma. Now, If that doesn't apply, it doesn't apply. But I'm just saying, for those of you, give it a shot, see how it works. It kind of did a number for me, so yeah. Plus, also, like, sometimes with, like, there's stuff that you go through as an infant that may have nothing to do with trauma at all. Like, I had jaundice when I was a child, and I was released from the hospital too soon, and I found out through doing my therapy work that I had a little traumatized part from that experience that I had never processed before. You know what I mean? Like, that's not like a real trauma, but to an infant it is, you know, being separated from people, and whatnot. So yeah, so think of your body that way, you know, and not judge it so much. So let's see what card you got. We've got Scorned. Yeah, something about this pile, I feel like you guys were picked on, and you were kind of taught to close off your negative feelings. And the only way you're gonna get through this is through. And you don't have to force yourself to feel. However, you are gonna have to hold space and kind of hold yourself grounded while you experience things. So I'm literally saying, like, okay, I'm gonna sit in this chair and I'm gonna take deep breaths, and I'm gonna specifically focus on breathing around my chest and my heart space and see whatever comes up. So, like, okay, abandonment wounds, aversion to violence, okay. You know, there's like maybe a lot of rage that's covering up deep grief. With Scorned, it just feels like you were rejected to some capacity, and it wasn't pretty. You know, it feels like it was a battle to survive, and now you're like, okay, I don't have feelings anymore. And it's like, that's not true, it's just buried. And so learning how to reconnect and show your body that it can trust you to hold space for it, you know, it's time. You know, that's all you got to do is just tell your body, hey, it's time. It's ready to release. And then whenever it needs to come up, comes up. Drink water, that'll help too. Okay, let's see what kind of cards you got for what does your heart need to hear right now. Shark, take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. Yeah, I feel like there's some kind of a fear tactic that your body's still working on, where you're like, if I don't put my gun down, then the sharks are going to get me, right? And while I understand that everybody has a different life situation, and there's always going to be threats out there, right? That's a part of being alive. The difference is right now, your focus in order to let go of this situation, this person, whatever, is teaching your body when it's time to relax, I can relax. We're only going to go into that fight or flight when we need to fight. But right now, you're fighting constantly. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting your brothers. You're fighting your sisters, your parents, everybody, you know. And it's because of that rejection, you know, because everybody feels like an attack. Well, you can't attack people if they're not actually attacking you, you know. And so being able to hold space for that angry part is important for you, because that angry part was never held by anybody else before. That's why your anger becomes everyone else's problem, because they all externalized their anger outside of them, and you just were the shock absorber because you were willing to take that on subconsciously. And again, you were probably only a kid. Even as an adult, you know, being the person that's constantly needing to fight, stand up for others, it gets pretty lonely after a while. And that version of you is kind of used to always being on its own, even from you. Because it gets excluded because you don't like being angry. You don't like being beat up. And that's why it's easier to just detach. But this part's got to come back home and understand that you're proud of it. That it doesn't need to fight you, and it doesn't need to fight back. Ooh, I'm already feeling shifts in my chest. Jesus. Yeah. Because this part that fights you has a big heart, but it also lost a lot in this fighting. And it lost connecting to yourself. You know? And so it's okay to let go. You know, it's okay to tell... You have to learn to tell this part when it's okay to fight and when it's okay to rest. When you're at home after a long day from work, give it that extra 20 minutes and say, hey, I'm actually here right now. Like, I'm not just laying in bed playing with my phone. No, it is me and myself holding my anger and saying, hey, I know you had a bad day today. I know you're upset. I'm here with you. It's okay. It's okay that you're angry. Let it out. There's breathing exercise and all that stuff, but literally just taking that time to hold space. Just imagine how you would talk to a child. That's what this version of you needs to let go. Pig, be aware of greed. Yeah, look at all this, like, money shit. I feel like this may also have to do with your self-worth. So if you want to see the self-worth pile, check out pile number 1 if you felt drawn to that. But beware of greed. Yeah, I feel like it's understanding that other people take advantage of fighters all the time because they don't want to do the dirty work. They are not ready to take charge of their own battles. And they also want to blame you for tearing everything apart. Not all this greed is about money. It's about energy. And when you're constantly fighting the world, you lose a lot of energy that could be going towards yourself. Or towards battles that are more important. Like, you shouldn't be fighting people on Facebook when you've got depression to fight. When you've got people that are actively trying to do you harm. Like the HOA in your community. Hat, you will be playing a different role. Yeah. Tell yourself that I'm no longer taking on this role in my life anymore. And if anybody tries putting me back in this place, I'm putting them in a different role. Just because a caretaker or a family member or a friend made you out to be this evil, scorned, angry person that needs to be rejected or fought, doesn't mean you got to play that role. If you're sitting there going like, yeah, I know how to beat a motherfucker up, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be that person anymore. I'm giving this piece of myself peace, and the only person that this version of me is protecting is myself and my soul. And when you give this piece of yourself tools to manage itself, suddenly it's going to start talking instead of fighting. And plus there's other ways to fight, but you don't need to. Not unless you don't enjoy it. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Yeah, this part of you's been in a battle for so long. It needs to grow up and be a kid, especially if you had to grow up too soon. Again, maybe you were exposed to violence too soon or too young. So this is how you think the world works. And being perfectly honest, when you get away from adults, when you get away from the people who get away with being violent, life's actually pretty chill. And a lot of people don't think this way. So do yourself a favor and allow yourself to detox and to start saying no. You can be slow to anger, guys. It just takes a little bit of time and energy, but you'll get there. And again, beware of greed. Beware of trying to conquer things, because you can get what you need without going firefighter and completely mowing everything down. Yeah, learn about internal family systems too. That will help. We've got secondary. Yep. You keep putting yourself second compared to your dreams, your goals. And so then this version of you comes out to sabotage everything. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Because notice the back is to the person on the card. They're all staring at the future, but they're not looking back because they're avoiding the past. They want to rush because there's a shark nearby. That's all your nervous system. And so when you start putting this part and saying, hey, before I go pursue my dreams, I got to go take care of something at home first. Me, this little person inside of you. Give her a nice bath, comb her hair. Tell her a bedtime story. Actually, that would be sweet. Give yourself bedtime story time. Just for your child part until it starts feeling self-regulated again. I'm lost without you. Yeah, quit relying on other people to rescue you. That's also going to help. You can do this on your own. And don't also get into this dynamic with other people where other people are like, oh my gosh, I can't take care of myself if you're not in my life now. Tell them to go find a therapist, because you're going to be amazed when people suddenly randomly pick themselves back up after you walk away from them. That they were fine, it was not life or death, and they were just using you. Void. Ooh, yeah. Again, with the heart space. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. That's hard. Yeah, there's a void in here. But you ever think that these three girls are all the same? Maybe there really isn't a void. There's just a hole with a missing part. Today, present now, in the moment, yeah. What'll help heal your heart is just focusing on today. One step at a time. Enjoy a nice cup of tea. I'm thinking of from Avatar, The Last Airbender. You know, have a nice cup of tea, have a chat with a good friend, give yourself a little massage, and keep moving. You are always on my mind. Yeah, there's a lot of looping resentments in this pile. Similar to what I told pile number 1, when your nervous system gets in these repeating cycles, this fight or flight energy, break the pattern, right? So the moment you identify, oh, I'm doom scrolling, oh, I'm worried about the sharks in the water, find a way to pause, ground, drink some water, go touch some ice, and give yourself 15 seconds. Deep breathing, then give yourself 20 seconds. Another thing for panic attacks, if you get those, get something really sour, or like a fireball, that will cause you to be really uncomfortable. That will snap you out of loops too. Just anything that triggers your brain to come out of your head. And the more you do it, the easier it'll be to start correcting it. I'm unhappy with the way things are right now. I think right now, to let things go, you have to let go of this unhappiness, that things aren't going to work out. And you're going to have to just accept that you will be unhappy for a little bit until this part learns and grows into a healthier version of itself. Yeah, you're still going to be depressed. You're still going to struggle a little bit. But it's going to go away when you stop scorching the earth. It's okay. I remember you. I know who you are. Yeah, you know who you are. You know who this person is underneath all the sadness. You just haven't met them yet. It's been a long, long time. And it's time that you give them the chance to be an adult again, but also be a child at the same time. This part of you never got to be a child. It got to be a parentified child. So that's why it's in this weird liminal space between being an adult and being a child. Trauma distorts all of that. So then you don't develop skills of being either a child or an adult. So do it a favor and say, hey, I remember you. And I want to hold space for your truth. I want to be the man you need. How do I approach you after all this time? I want to hear your voice. Yeah. Talk to yourself. Do some mantras. How do I approach you after all this time? Yeah. Learn how to have a conversation with yourself. Imagine you're talking to someone's kid. It's been a long time. And be like, hey, I came to the door. I came to visit you. And I wanted to give you a stuffed animal. And I wanted to say how proud of you I am. I'm proud of you for not giving up. I'm proud of you for fighting back. And you did the hard things. Now, you get a chance to rest and be received. Oh, and then I just imagine a little kid running down the stairs and giving you a hug. You know what I mean? Remind yourself you want to be the man you need. The parent you needed. The adult you needed. Yeah. And it's like you're praying for that strength, and that strength's already there. Look at what a badass little kid you had inside of you at that young of age. Imagine who that badass little kid's going to be when it heals. You know? It's going to grow up and it's going to take charge and it's going to lead people and do great things. It's also going to have a good time again and probably sleep really well. Yeah, honestly, I feel like some of your sleeping issues are going to go away when you start treating this version of you like a person instead of like a reject. Yeah. Stop trying to eject the feelings, or like, I'm imagining you guys, you're doing your cleansings and being like, oh, breathe in light and then breathe out the bad. No. This is about literally sitting and being within. Holding yourself and not feeling like you're in a cage, but like you're in a home. Right? And that's why, like, hugging yourself, rubbing your arms, and being like, okay, my chest, my rib cage, this is a home. These are the walls of my home. My heart, that's my temple. And in it lives that little kid who just wants to be acknowledged, that I'm now giving it a chance to be first for once. Buy it some candy. Sit and watch a movie. Sit and listen to it talk about its dreams. Color. Whatever it is, listen to it. Right? Because remember, you're an adult, pile number 2. But a version of you is not. And so giving it what it needed in order to allow it to change, evolve, and grow up into an adult version, it's going to take a little work, but you're not going to be putting yourself second anymore. And then who knows, maybe it's going to really change the horizon ahead of you because you're going to be whole instead of broken apart. And that's the thing, you never were broken. You were just fragmented, you know? All it takes when it comes to fragmentation is just bringing the pieces back together and telling it that I love you. Yeah, say I love you, I love you, I love you very, very much. Yeah, gotta hear your voice. Don't think it, say it out loud, being like, hey you, I love you. I love you very much. Say it with a smile too. Kids love that shit. You know? And if you still struggle figuring out how to communicate within yourself, look up parenting books. Literally, that's what my therapist taught me. Okay, I guess I don't need to put these all away. But yeah, just let yourself be a little messy. And then when it all comes out, you're going to start feeling things and you're going to be able to hold space. That said, really hope you guys do consider therapy if you're not already. Yeah, and just be aware of yourself. Be aware. You know, like I'm seeing this pig and I was immediately like, people have such negative opinions about pigs when pigs are really smart and they're really great companions. You know, transform, you know, and allow this version of you that maybe you don't necessarily like all the time and say, hey, it's a kid that deserves a good home too. And that's a great place to start. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this resonated with you. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, everyone. You have chosen pile number 3. And these are going to be your messages on what does your heart need to know in order to let go. So for this pile number 3, this feels like it's another moving on pile, but it's not quite like pile number 1, where it felt like it was a little more disastrous and final, versus this just feels temporary. With journey, that keeps standing out to me. Another thing is, I don't know if religion, Christianity, I don't know, a more traditional religion plays a role with this pile, but I have in my head a song that I wrote called Saving Grace. And it just feels like, you know, connecting to something either through somebody or somebody else and having compassion, but it's also like feeling like connected to God and the universe. So again, you don't need to be a Christian to connect to this feeling. It's just really a connection to placing your heart in a higher being and saying, hey, anything that I can't handle, the universe can handle. My spirit guides, my angels, whatever you follow, somebody else that's divine can take this from me, and carry it while I carry the rest. You can always do that at any time. Yeah. The only thing is, though, is like I was sitting there, like, really feeling my heart after the last reading and just being like, okay, I'm here. And even though the situation's temporary, I still can keep going. And it's funny, too, because I was kind of smiling. Because I feel like when you guys get through this, you're going to feel so much better. So much clearer, and it's all going to kind of clear out and clear away a lot of fogs and fogginess. And, I don't know, clarity's coming soon. We have embarrassment. Oh. Aw. Damn. Oh gosh, pile number 3. Oh. This energy's sad. And it's like I want to laugh, not because it's funny, but because it's like, oh my gosh, like, pile 3. I just want to give you guys a big hug. Like, this pile, I'm sorry, the dread I felt from this card, it's just wild to me. Because I'm like, what are you embarrassed about? You guys are so ashamed. For what? Literally for what? For loving a person too much? For giving a shit? Not giving enough about yourself? I'm sorry, I'm like, why are you embarrassed? Why are you ashamed? Like, this feels like a deep shame wound that has nothing to do with you. It's like shame over your body, having low self-esteem. It's like every excuse to punish yourself, and I'm like, hun, no. You're loved so much. So much. You gotta let this energy go, man. Oh my gosh, I literally just want to be like, no, don't focus on the shame anymore. Half of it's not even yours. Seriously, ask yourself, does this embarrassment belong to you? Yes or no? And for some of it, it's like, yes, okay, but like, I'm sorry, your heart loves you. Somebody loves you very much. You know what I mean? I guess that's why it's like, it feels silly, because like, it's almost like, okay, here's the scenario that's coming to mind for you guys, pile number 3. Again, I'm not trying to shame you for feeling shame. I'm just like, what happened to me in elementary school one time, I was very much like, because of my autism, I'm very much like, I follow the rules. So like, you tell me something, I will adhere to those rules rigidly until I figured out that that's not how you're supposed to live life. And so what had happened was, I don't know how it got in my head, but I thought because I had not finished my coloring assignment in like first grade, that I wasn't allowed to go to lunch and have recess. And somehow the teacher managed to not notice that I was still behind in the classroom. So I sat in the classroom, coloring my coloring thing with my lunch, and cried because the light was off, everyone went to lunch and had recess or whatever, and I felt like I was being punished. Come to find out, no one had noticed that I was there, and I'd been crying, and the teacher was like, oh my gosh, no, it's okay, like, make sure you eat, no. And I was just so embarrassed and ashamed, because I was thinking that I was being punished, and then it was even worse, compounded by the fact that I had made a situation that didn't even need to be bad into even worse of a self-hating thing, And so, again, looking back on it now, I'm like, oh my God, like, for a first grader, that's horrible, that I felt that way about myself, And I don't know if that's because of how people treated you at home. Clearly, there's just some kind of lack going on here, that whatever caused it, spirit is just like, literally just like me telling the story, right? Where it's like, that being the teacher coming in and going, oh my gosh, hon, no, we still want you to, it's just a coloring assignment. It's It's just a coloring assignment. It's okay. Like, literally, it's okay. You're not an evil person for caring about other people. You're not an evil or bad person. Like, to go through this situation, you know? It's like, oh my gosh, no. Like, so many people want to have access to you, pile number 3, simply because you exist, because of how you feel. They love this about you, but yet you're turning yourself into a statue to keep yourself safe. That's a trauma response. Oh my gosh, yeah. Half of what you guys got to work through, pile number 3, is just relieving shame and releasing it and saying, no, I deserve to be here. See pile number 1. Rose, romance is in the air. Ooh. Maybe you were rejected by somebody because you didn't know the truth. I know I'm hearing like, the truth will set you free. Older woman, dealing's a relationship with an older woman. Maybe a grandma. Dark man, dealing's a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Maybe there was a conflict between this man and this older woman. And you were embarrassed because you got involved in it. Take what resonates. With romance, it just feels like maybe, yeah, maybe someone's son rejected you. And you took it really, really personally to heart, and this person was like, what? Why did you think I didn't want you? You know what I mean? It's like, it just feels very silly, you know? And like, here's the thing. Even if that is not the case for you, maybe this person didn't want you and they're not coming back. This pile, I get the strong feeling that this person's coming back around. But it's going to be on God's time, not your time. But just the embarrassment energy just feels like, I don't know, I just don't understand why you're ashamed. Maybe because you had feelings at all? Maybe because you goofed? Proclaimed your love a little too loud? Oh no, God forbid. Something to do with hair? I don't know. Okay, so we got the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is about love. Or investment in time. Tears. 2 of Cups. Oh, this is the soulmate card. Look at these fucking chow. Okay, look at how happy they are. Oh no, God forbid you want to be happy with someone that's authentically like you. Look, and it's like the angel and the demon coming together. 10 of Cups in reverse, yeah. Maybe you were rejected by someone's family, someone's culture. Yeah, and I'm just hearing like dark days are ahead, and it's like, not for you guys, pile number 3. Not for you. Not if you don't want it to. I don't know, I feel like you should just get away from people that don't want your happiness. I feel like there's like all these eyes on, you're like, all these eyes on us and everyone's watching us and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, trust your truth, babe. Seriously, like, I don't know, I just see like you smiling. Like, you're gonna get what you deserve. As long as you choose to step out of this energy. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the grace and love. Just even a fraction of the love that you give others, if you receive that from yourself, you're going to realize all this was bullshit. And it was made up in your head. Literally, it's like, I'm seeing that scenario with, like, the kid in the coloring thing. It's just like, don't. I'm so sorry I hurt you. I know you didn't deserve that. Yeah, maybe you didn't realize how much this hurt this person. And you're sitting here going like, they're never going to accept me. I don't deserve this person treating me like that. Maybe this person had to convince this person to come back and get you. Because they're like, this doesn't seem normal. This doesn't seem right. Like, why would this person walk away for this reason? I'm hearing, somebody go get her. You know what I mean? Like, no, come back. Come back. It's okay. Please don't give up on us. You make me feel like the luckiest person in the world. I'm planning my move. Ooh. No offense, this feels a little bit more like a prediction of the future, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, there's just something really, really good coming your way. Pile number 3. And this person's gonna make you feel really good. Yeah, it's gonna be like you're gonna win the lottery. And you're not gonna see it coming, and it's gonna be great. But please don't give up on getting married, having kids, having a future, living the life of your dreams. I know you're feeling really dried up right now. It's okay, moisturize. Drink some water, cry it out. But I hate to break it to you, but romance is in your future, regardless if you want it or not. Somebody's getting a soulmate. It's gonna be okay. Because this person, they're planning on their move. Maybe they're planning on moving back to their home state. Just so they can get a shot at you. Maybe there's something about like, you make me feel. What's that song? It's like, you make me feel like la 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 la. Damn. You're gonna be feeling pretty good. So again, you're gonna be like, why did I cry over all these soulmates or all these crappy boys and boyfriends and exes? And it's like, well, not anymore. Nothing sounds good enough. Yeah. This is how you treat yourself. Success means nothing without you. I sweat out the stress. Dear God. Dude, someone's literally working out to try to impress you. Man, I hope this is what you needed to help you move forward or through the situation, because I'm literally like, success means nothing without you. I feel like that's a mutual situation between you and this other person. I'm sorry, I keep laughing because I'm just like, it's gonna go from embarrassment to punishing yourself to embarrassing, going like, oh, I didn't know you liked me too. Because nothing sounds good enough. You know, you're kind of just like, you're like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, no one likes me. Maybe just work out for a little bit. That's gonna help you move on. You know, just keep moving forward, move through your toxic ex, the mess. Just go have a good time. Maybe you're gonna find this person when you go out and have a good time. I'm just saying, sweat it out. Maybe go get laid a little bit, go have some fun. But just don't give up. Don't give up on your soulmate. Don't give up on your future. And you're like, but who's the soulmate? And be like, just, those questions will be answered when you stop talking about this person and this situation. You live life up a bit. Planning your next move. What do you want to do in the future? You know, that's going to determine a couple factors, but still, it's going to be the same soulmate, probably. Because they're your soulmate, and you're going to be very happy. And the universe wants you happy, right? You are the universe's precious little angel, snowflake. And you are also this person's treasure. Sorry, I'm getting all embarrassed because I'm just like, oh man, this person like really fucking likes you. Yeah, romance is in the air. Oh, I'm blushing. Okay. This is cute, but it's also a little gross. It makes me uncomfortable. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up this reading. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment down below if this message resonates with you. Claim it. Get your bag, honey. And yeah, if you would like a personal reading, links are in the description down below. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Hello everyone, you have chosen pile number 4, and these are going to be your messages on what does your heart need to hear in order to let go and move on. So pile number 4, I don't know if this is about a relationship with a person or a situation. I just feel like there's really terrible people involved. And I just really feel compelled to tell you that these people ain't shit. They are not worth a single tear that you shed. It does not matter how good you believe this person appears. You can try all you want to make this out to be a better situation than what it is, but your heart isn't the one that needs healing. This person's does. You have shocking. Oh my god, pile number 4. You don't know the truth. So similar to pile number 3, the truth is going to set you free because you're going to learn a lot about somebody secretly. Maybe this person was secretly obsessive over you, or they had a secret obsession with watching someone, and you're that someone. I don't know what it is about this situation, but you're gonna, I don't know if you're gonna blow your gasket, or there's something about this person that you're just gonna level up as a result of this. Because, like, I don't know if someone's been talking shit or feeding someone malicious lies. There's, like, a truth here that is gonna be revealed, and it's gonna pull you out of your rut really fast. That's all I'm hearing. It's like, literally, I just see someone, like, feeding someone lies. Maybe about your job, about what's going on between you and another person. I don't know. What the hell? I want to gift something special for you. Unexpected surprise. I'm still upset with you. I mirrored you to make you fall in love with me. Ooh, somebody upset, a narcissist. And not just a narcissist. Another narcissist. I was like, oh, this is a good person. I was like, no. You're projecting your niceness onto this person. Someone was watching you to keep receipts, and then they found out something that they weren't supposed to about someone special and secret and close to your heart. And they're like, I want to gift something. I don't know, like, what is this fucking gift? I was just like, I don't know if someone was expecting to receive something from you that did not happen or did not occur yet. I'm still upset with you, though. I feel like this person's really focused on moving forward, or moving towards... What the hell? I'm literally seeing, like, this person is staring at this person. And I feel like this person's been through a lot. And they're just fixated on this person. There's a lot of anger. They're very jealous and entitled. Wow, I didn't even see that. But, like, they're looking right at this person. Meanwhile, this person's going, oh my gosh, I didn't know this much about this person before. And now that I know, ooh, this person's going to be even more upset when they find out who you were. And there's something about, like, you fall in love with me. Secret admirer. The truth's gonna set you free. Pile number 4. I just said 3 and misspoke. Oh my god. Younger woman, dealings or relationships with a younger woman. Someone was cheating on you with someone else. Or someone was cheating all along and they didn't want to expose what was going on between you two. Recognition, reward for merit. Yeah. So, oh my god, this is such tea. Pile number 4. Yeah, I feel like what your heart needs to hear right now is this tea. Like, I'm literally sitting there, like, with recognition, reward for merit. I think what your heart needs to hear right now is that because you chose to keep your mouth shut about a certain situation because you self-reflected and didn't self-abandon in this situation. You said your piece. You walked forward towards your truth. Something about this younger woman. Maybe this person was jealous or uptight and focused on this person who was just trying to keep their mouth shut. And this person blew up because they thought this person was lying and has an ego problem, is entitled, blah, 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 blah. So this person went to this person and tried to get engaged with someone behind this person's back. I'm seeing a love triangle. Because this lady was jealous of this person. Because this person had eyes for this person. All this resentment and whatever. And this person was like, why the hell does this person care about this person? They're just making shit up. And when they weren't making shit up, it was high time someone got pissed off about this. Whatever this is. You will forever be my always. This is a secret, man. I'm ready for our future together. I'm so grateful for you. So I feel like someone was used as an intermediary milestone, person, stepping stone to get to somebody else. I don't know, this person's like, what the fuck? This person was abusive. And this person was like, I didn't care about you. Because I only wanted your recognition. And this person hates this person because of what they saw. And they started talking, but they didn't say anything more. And so this person got curious and dove deep into what this person said. And it all's coming back. I'm seeing it's like, I'm ready. I'd rather come home to you. There's some kind of an affair, man. I want to look better first. I'm afraid of what I might see. Yeah, someone saw something that they weren't supposed to. I want to look better first. I feel like this narcissistic person was really trying hard to put on a show. But they had secret plans all along. And they're like, home to you. This person's living a double life. And it backfired hard. This is your secret admirer. Pawn number 4. This person's special only for you. But that's not a good thing. Like, why are you trying to play pretend? Like, you guys were right the whole time, pile number 4, but you didn't want to lose your worth by going after this person. And with recognition, like, you're going to get rewarded for it. For staying quiet. For not blowing things up. For not... Yeah, there's like, I'm ready for a future together. Like, someone's showing up or someone's coming back. It's the secret admirer person. Holy hell. You're going to be pissed, though, pile number 4. I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know what's coming, but I'm seeing like a ring. So maybe there's like a secret engagement. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm hearing like this person's going to try love bombing you to get into a relationship with you. It's going to backfire again. And this younger woman is also going to be pissed. I don't know, I feel like this is like maybe your sister or sibling. Maybe a sibling of this person. Or you. Yeah, you're just going to be afraid of what you see. How does this help? Pile number 4 is heart. And they're just like, just listen. Discord amongst friends or family. Yeah, there's going to be some relationship drama that's going to come out. It's going to affect family. Pets might be important. Parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Yeah. Someone's going to expose what you shared. Your truth's going to get exposed, but yours is not as bad as what's about to be revealed. Grasshoppers. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah. Just watch your relationships. Watch your social media and what you post, because people are going to take things out of context. And grasshopper, I feel like I'm thinking of Jiminy Cricket. You know, be wise. Always let your conscience be your guide. And then archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Yeah, I'm also seeing partnership. Ladder, climbing towards success. This is going to open you up to a whole different world as a result of what you did to this person. Owl, good advice from a wise person. Yeah, make sure you're talking to maybe get legal advice if necessary. Talk to those, I'm hearing like the studio or like some kind of like professional. And focus on your relationship with this person. Because you're going to know who this person is immediately. Because I feel like that person really knows you better than you know yourself. And that person wants to keep you safe, but they also don't want to let you go towards this person, the secret admirer, because they're like, this is not good. And with someone will gossip about all your secrets, yeah. Something, there's like a dead fish in the water, but like, I'm hearing the word safety. Yeah, there's just a projection that's going on here. Yeah, what does Pal 4 need to help their heart with letting go? And it's like, there's something about like, there's just something that you need to know about that person that's going to get you through this, right? And understand that person is angry and disappointed. This person is going to play pretend with you. They are going to play games with you. They're going to make you feel special. But you're focused on climbing towards your success. So this isn't going to impact you, assuming you pay attention to what's false, read the signs clearly, take care in specific situations, and focus on being better than this other person. I mean, you already are better than this other person. Not that we're playing games, but if we're going to be honest, like, you're not a douchebag to a bunch of other people. And you will forever be my always, yeah. You're really going to get to know this person before you know it, but it's going to upset you a lot at first. I know. I feel like maybe this person's going to get away with something that you thought was a big deal. And you didn't want to admit that this person could hurt you. But they don't want to say it to your face. So you let them go. And you know that that was tragic, but you had to. Yeah, you're focused on climbing towards your success. You didn't do anything wrong. But it really messed this person up and caused them to freak the fuck out. Like, they couldn't even show up. And I'm hearing like psychotic break. There's something about special for you. You guys must be special. I don't know what this reading's about. But all I know is, in order for you, your heart to move on and continue on your merry way, it's going to be uncomfortable until the truth gets revealed. It's gonna come out. You don't need to go get a bunch of tarot readings on it, because let spirit handle the details. Use your discernment when it comes to this situation. Focus on your anger and jealousy, managing that, because it's going to be a reflection back of this person's own energy towards you. And you're going to get what's coming to you. You know? Like, I don't know. I'm sitting here like, what is California punishment for? And it's like, nothing. But maybe it's, I feel like this person's going to try punishing you for your secret. And it's like, what secret? And then maybe that's where pile number 3 comes in. And it's just like, I was transparent. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. Oh, God. Yeah, someone's trying to play games and manipulate the situation and say this, and this, and you're just like, what? Oh, God, that's so insecure. This person's trying to manipulate the situation to save face. Something with this younger woman. I don't know. This is weird. This is dumb, but it's gonna be wild. But yeah, protect your energy, guys. Keep praying about it. Just understand that if you're feeling a little jumbled up right now, that's okay. You know, this person's gonna wear a mask the whole time, and you're just gonna go, okay. Just put up with it. Put up with the mask. Wait until this person has their downfall, and then you can have your conversations, okay? Just let whatever this is clear out, and you're gonna get the green light when it's time to say your piece and walk away or do whatever you gotta do. But I was like, say walk away right now if you can, if you haven't already. I don't know. There's something about like, I'm afraid, and I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Please comment down below if this resonates with you, because I'm kind of like, it's a secret. There's a secret obsession. There's a secret relationship that's gonna get revealed in a big way. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. I'm laughing because it's like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be a surprise to you. But a lot of people are. I don't know what to tell people. I don't know, to me, I'm like, this stuff seems obvious to me, but I guess I'm an exception. I don't know. But special. Somebody's special. Someone's got the hots. Oh, hell. Anyways, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Does this resonate with you? I don't know what to tell y'all. This is a weird group. But yeah, if you'd like a reading from me, links are in the description down below. I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.